Entering her rookie year on the senior circuit, Julie Buerman wasted no time putting herself atop the leaderboard. She did what she does best, steady, consistent play from start to finish. To further demonstrate how consistent she was in 2025, these are her finishes. First, tied for first, second, 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 tied for fifth. I think it's safe to say she had 2025 circled on her calendar, knowing how many more championship doors it would open for her. Let's hear how her fellow competitors reflect on her season.
I met Julie back in 2015. Her and I qualified for the USGA state team down in Cape Girardeau, Missouri.
I think it's probably floorball because she's friends with Erin Denif's sister, Katie Winthy, and so I think that's how we probably started spending time together.
I met Julie when I first started as an intern with the IGA. I was an IWGA intern and she was on the board of directors. And then once the IGA and the IWGA ended up merging, Julie fell into the role of the chair of the women's subcommittee, and she's been on that role ever since. She's been doing an amazing job.
Match play at her home course in Davenport. She was just kicking my butt, in other words.
She doesn't get in any trouble. I'm super jealous of how straight she is off the tee. She's just so darn straight. She's got a really good wedge game. When her short game's on, she's really, really good. You know, she's just so consistent.
She doesn't do anything flashy, but she's just very consistent throughout the bag.
Julie doesn't come off like she takes anything too seriously. But when she gets on the course, her demeanor just changes to she's in competitive mode. It's a quietness about it that's just kind of like she is in her zone. I see her as a person who's thinking through what she needs to do in order to be successful.
There was no doubt that once she made it into this senior group that she was going to have success. She's just a competitor.
I am not surprised at all Julie earned it. She is just an outstanding player.
She's a great player, and so, and then being younger than everybody, you know, for a little while, like, I think she'll do really well. We've been coaching those 4-state kids for a couple years now, and we just have a great time together.
When we got to do that 4 years together of coaching girls 4-state, I really think about the conversations in the car. And no one conversation stands out, but I just remember thinking a little bit more of her as a player and as a person each time I got a chance to be around her, because I respect her as a player. I respect what she says, respect her, just her take on things. She's very thoughtful. She doesn't jump to conclusions. And I just like the way that she responded to players, but she has coached some outstanding players.
Nate and I were running an event. It might have been a women's club team. We met up with Julie and Brian and had some margaritas and had just shared ideas about golf, and it just was a fun time. And you know, they're always thinking of creative ways to bring new tournaments and things like that.
I played with Julie at the 2024 ball. She was kind enough to let me stay at her house, and I remember we were going down to the basement where her guest room was, and she told me that it was science themed. The bedding was like the periodic table of elements, and I just started laughing because she gave me a heads up, but it was even more than I could have expected.
Congratulations on a great year, Julie. I'm really proud of you, and I can't wait to see what you do in the coming years.
Congratulations, Julie, on winning Senior Women's Player of the Year. Your play this summer has been outstanding. You were tough competition for every single one of us.
Congratulations, Julie, on your 2025 IGA Senior Women's Player of the Year honor. No one deserves it more than you.
Julie, congratulations on being the Senior Women's Player of the Year. I had no doubt that you were going to earn this at some point, but it's amazing that you did it your first year, so congratulations.
Thank you so much to all of you. As you can see, I've done a lot with the IGA, so I'm very thankful for the friendships that I've made through the staff, and thank you for running all the tournaments. And even before they threw up the rain delay stuff last night, I was like, okay, I've got to say something about all these rain delays we've had this year, and how the staff they keep smiling even though we're like, hey, when are we gonna go out? Hey, what's that radar look like? Are we gonna be able to play soon? I had one round in the AM last year, actually last overnight, and finished the next day, so it was a long time. And then we had the 4-ball, the Forever 39, all sorts of rain delays. So anyway, thank you for your patience. Thankful for all that you do behind the scenes. All of you, the amazing interns that were there this year, they did a great job. I also would like to thank all the courses that host us. Obviously with all the rain, there's a lot of things that have to go into place to be able to make that, be able to play for the tournament, so really appreciate all of the staff, all the grounds crews, all the volunteers that were there. Lots of volunteers are here tonight, so thank you for all that you do. Big shout out to Morgan, I see over here. Oh, Yoda, go Luther. Yeah, all right, here we go. I went to Luther, so they told me to be quiet and not do the LU chant in the back, so I refrained. Big thanks also to my family. My husband Brian's in the back, and my niece Annabelle came with tonight, and so thank you for being here for me. Brian listens to my endless conversations about what the course was, and I'm playing all these college kids, or Leanne in the video, that we always say she hits the ball a Walmart past mine. It's so far past mine. And then it's so wet outside, I get no roll. So I'm always commenting about that, or how my putting stinks, and all sorts of different things. So Brian's there for me, taking care of our pup while I travel, but also helping me with my game, helping me with my putting, all of that. And then the inspiration of all the young ones, again, my niece Annabelle goes to Drake this year. I know we've got some Drake reps here tonight. Go Bulldogs. It's my new blue, still the Luther blue in me. But my nephews, if you haven't picked up the game, my 10-year-old nephew played in his first Iowa PGA event this summer, and he let me caddy for him. So that was really sweet and fun. So love to see the game grow up. And also, you can see all the pictures of the 4 state teams, so I have to have a big shout out to all my 4 state girls. Yeah, go Iowa. And their parents. Some of the parents are here too, amazing parents that bring them to all the tournaments. It's so much fun to be able to coach them and watch them play. They are such amazing golfers. Also be able to follow their college careers as they go on. I did go watch one event at Finkbein this year, and it was really fun to be able to see not only all of the golfers that had played on the Iowa 4 state teams, but there were a lot of them from Missouri and Kansas and Nebraska, so to be able to recognize all of the golfers that we had seen around in the past. Big thanks also to my golf friends. I got a lot of them sitting here in front. This game, as everybody has kind of said, has a great way of bringing friendships together, even though we compete against each other out on the course all the time. A lot of my really good friends, and so thank you for everything. It's been a lot of fun playing in all the new tournaments this summer, and the senior division. All sorts of new opportunities have come along. And let's see, I had one more. I think the last thing is just congratulations to all the winners here tonight. Thank you again for having this event here, and everybody have a great night.